What's up everybody, my name is Kason. Welcome back to another Pokemon Draft League video. Today is the quarterfinals for PPL Season 2 of the VGC edition for Pokemon Champions. It's going to be a good one today. We are facing off against StandardVR, coach of the Kansas City Kyurem. They have a hell of a team, they are an incredible player, and I'm really excited to get into this. First of all, something you need to know about Standard is he's placed really well in multiple VGC leagues and has also finished, I believe, 38th at a regional tournament, which might not sound impressive until you realize how many people attend those events. It is hundreds, if not 1,000. Like, it is a ton of people. So he is a very experienced draft player and a very experienced VGC player, and is absolutely a threat. He finished the regular season at a 5-2 record, which is good for the 2 seed in the Fire Main division. And he basically had the choice of 2 opponents this week, and he opted to choose us. So we are hoping to make him regret that. We'll see how it goes. To look at their team, it's really strong. It might look less strong at first glance until you realize how good it is at specific things. He has probably the 2 best support Pokemon that there are in VGC, with Whimsicott and Mousehold. And oh, by the way, with Wide Lens being in the game, meaning Population Bomb is an absolute nuke, and no Rocky Helmet in the game, that thing can be an offensive juggernaut as well. He's got 2 strong Megas with both Mega Lucario and Mega Blastoise. I do think Mega Blastoise is a little scarier in this matchup, but I could see either one of those Pokemon showing up. And to top it all off, he has a Zoroark Hisuian, which in VGC is really frustrating because when you only bring 4 Pokemon to a fight, having to play the guessing game on turn 1 whether something is Zoroark or not, especially when it is something that can be fake out immune or things like that, can be really tough to play around. He's got a strong fairy type with the Floette Eternal. Thank God it's not the Mega version, but still something strong. He's got a Trick Room mode with Audino and a few slow strong Pokemon in Ampharos, Rampardos, and Appleton. He has a Gyarados with Intimidate that can also be a Moxie Sweeper, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Intimidate. And last but not least, he has one Pokemon that we have on our side, which is Ceruledge. So fortunately, not a crazy mirror match like last week, but we do have one Pokemon in common, and we know how much of a threat Ceruledge is, and so we will be prepared for that. I played in mocks against my buddy Steve, and overall they went really well. I'm going to be honest with you, the one Pokemon that gave me issues is something that I actually don't expect to come. It's the Ampharos. StandardVR did not bring Ampharos at all this season, so I'm really hoping not to see it. The reason it gave me issues is because the team I'm bringing this week is mostly physical, and it has the move Cotton Guard and can it's set up to be basically very physically bulky. But I'm hoping not to see that, and I do have a couple of things prepared for it, as well as basically just being aware that that could be something they go for if the Ampharos shows up. So the first Pokemon that we're bringing this week is something that looks really good into their team because they only have 1 Rock Resist in the Mega Lucario. This is the Mega Aerodactyl. Rock Slide, Dual Wing Beat, Tailwind, and Protect. Now, Rock Slide is just really good, as I said, into the entire team. Only 1 Rock Resist means I get to click this all day. Tailwind is nice for speed control, especially when the Whimsicott on the other side is a prankster Tailwind setter. Protect is just good generically, and Dual Wing Beat is here to potentially one-hit KO the Whimsicott through a Focus Sash, and also to be able to hit the Mega Lucario for really solid damage. We have 32 HP, 19 SpDef, 7 points of defense, 8 into attack with a Jolly Nature. I basically don't have to put any speed investment in this thing. I do have a Jolly Nature, but in order to outspeed Whimsicott after going for the Mega, I don't need any points, which is really nice. And I can bulk this thing out to be able to live hits really consistently, which allows me to stay on the field, allow me to get more Rock Slides off, things like that. 32 points of HP and 19 into SpDef allow me to live a Water Pulse from Mega Blastoise, which is pretty impressive. And we also live a Flash Cannon, I believe, from the Mega Lucario. Now, I don't believe we will live Meteor Mash if it does decide to go a physical variant, but other than that, we will live basically any one hit from the entire enemy team. The second Pokemon that I think just looks really good offensively should come as no surprise. It's something we've been running a lot lately. Katy Fairy, the Primarina. We're running the Fairy Feather item. I thought about running Life Orb this week, but I really think I'm only going to click Fairy attacks 99% of the time because they only have 1 Fairy Resist, and that is the Ceruledge. I could see Ceruledge not even showing this week because Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Houndoom, Garchomp, King Gambit, like, they're all threats for Ceruledge, including this Primarina, so I think that thing probably won't show, but just in case, we do have the Hydro Pump to be able to hit it really hard. We have 28 points of HP, 22 into special attack with 14 points into speed, and 2 into defense. Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, Hydro Pump, Protect. Basically, I want to click a fairy move almost every single turn on this thing, and I think it should be able to pay dividends for me. With the 14 points of speed, I'm able to outspeed everything on the entire enemy team if we have Tailwind up, as long as they don't have Tailwind up as well. I believe the only Pokemon on the other side that can one-hit KO me is a Technician Population Bomb from the Mousehold. We do live Population Bomb if they are Friend Guard, but not if they are Technician. But again, anything else that they're dishing out, we should be able to take one singular hit from guaranteed, and this thing should be able to put out some damage. The third mon we're bringing this week is Blade Lively the Ceruledge with a set that I have not run this season. We're running with Cassie Berry because I do fear Shadow Ball from the Zoroark Hisuian, as well as if they do decide to bring Ceruledge, they could run something like Poltergeist as well. Poltergeist would proc the Cassie Berry and then not be able to actually do any damage to us because we would no longer have an item. Bitterblade, Poltergeist, Ally Switch, and Protect on our side. 32 points of HP, 18 into Spadef, 12 into speed, and 4 into attack with an Adamant Nature. Very similar to the Mega Aerodactyl spread here. We are able to live a Water Pulse from Mega Blastoise every single time, which is really nice. Poltergeist can deal damage into a lot of the team, and Bitterblade hits everything that Poltergeist doesn't. These two stabs pretty much cover everything. And the reason I'm bringing Ally Switch here is really important, is because that Mousehold, even though it looks like not a threat, it's just a bunch of little mice, it is a massive pain. This is literally one of the hardest hitting Pokemon in the game. Like, if you haven't played against Mousehold Technician Population Bomb, the thing is like 300 base power, the way that move works. It hits, it has like an accuracy check every single time that it goes for a hit, and it's normally 90% accurate every time and can hit up to 10 times. So if you go for a 90% chance 10 times in a row, you're almost never going to get all 10 in a row. But with the Wide Lens item, it now makes it so that every hit is 99% accurate, which means essentially to hit 10 times in a row is slightly over 90%. So you're actually quite likely to hit all 10 times in a row. So to be able to get around that, I can potentially Ally Switch with my partner Pokemon next to Ceruledge, and then basically be immune to Population Bomb, which can be really, really nice. So I think this is something that could certainly pay off for me this week. Something else that deals decently well with that Mousehold is our normal type Resist, which is our Steel type Keanu Cleaves with the Focus Sash item this week. We've got Kowtow Cleave, Iron Head, Sucker Punch, and Protect. I wanted to run Choppleberry this week, but honestly, like, the Pokemon that are going to hit me with a fighting type attack are either Mega Blastoise or Mega Lucario, and I have to invest so much defense to be able to live a hit even through Choppleberry that is just not worth it. Focus Sash is just better this week, just straight up. I wanted to be able to fit Low Kick on here, but I think I need Protect, especially because this is a Dark type Pokemon. I'm immune to the Prankster from Whimsicott. I do expect Whimsicott to be running Encore this week, which means on a lot of my other Pokemon, if I click Protect, they can Encore me into it, forcing me to click it another time. So that is something really tough I have to play around. King Gambit is something that can kind of get around that, which is really nice. It's a pretty basic set. Out of all 6 Pokemon I'm bringing, this is definitely the most basic. Kowtow Cleave, Sucker Punch hits most of the team. Iron Head hits something like the Floette and the Whimsicott really hard. Protect is nice, and again, enough speed to outspeed everything under Tailwind. The 5th mon we're bringing this week is one I'm excited about, and it is going to be the Toxicroak Toady Maguire. We've only brought this guy once all season, but honestly, the week he showed up, he put in some good work. He is without a depth so far. We're rocking the Mental Herb item, and now the reason for this is because I wanted to bring a mon that could click Fake Out this week. But the problem with clicking Fake Out into this team is, one, anything could be disguised as Zoroark on lead, so that's part of the issue. But issue number 2 is that if you click Fake Out and Whimsicott is on the other side, it can just Prankster Encore you into Fake Out, which means you're locked into that one move that basically just fails and doesn't do anything, and that could be a huge problem. And that is what Mental Herb is for. It means that I can, as long as I know it's not Zoroark on the other side, freely click Fake Out on turn 1 and then be able to change my moves on the next turn. And potentially the advantage of this too is to basically just completely waste the time of Whimsicott, maybe be able to take it out with something like a Poison Jab. Now these stabs, Close Combat, Poison Jab, hit the vast majority of the team. The 2 mons that basically this doesn't cover are the Zoroark Hisuian and the Ceruledge, the 2 ghost types. For that, honestly, I'm going to lean on my other Pokemon to basically deal with those, because I think I have a number of Pokemon that can deal with those 2. But I wanted something to really effectively hit the Gyarados for a lot of damage, even through Intimidate, and that is where Thunder Punch comes in. Depending on the set, we could do anywhere between like 60 to 75% damage to that Gyarados, even after Intimidate. So even if it's something like Citrus Berry, we're likely to hit KOing it anyway, which is really, really nice. So overall, we're running max speed here because we do speed tie something like the Ceruledge on the other side, and I wanted to be able to make sure that we go first before those Pokemon, especially something like Gyarados as well. The biggest reason to run Toxicroak this week, though, is the ability Dry Skin. Again, they have a Gyarados and they have a Mega Blastoise. Two different water Pokemon allows me to have a water immunity on the team. So not only are we water immune, but we actually heal if they hit us with something like a water attack, which can be really, really nice. So overall, yeah, I think it's an overall strong set. I don't know if it'll come to every game, but I think it is a solid Pokemon that can put in some work. And last but not least, I went between a couple of different Pokemon. I thought originally of going with Prank Sinatra and having a Trick Room mode, very similar to last week, actually, as I do think Trick Room could work. But overall, I opted for the Pokemon that I didn't bring last week, which is Fin Diesel, our Garchomp. We're rocking the Roselli Berry item because, again, with two fairies on the other team, I wanted to be able to comfortably live a Moonblast from either something like Floette or the Whimsicott. We're running Earthquake, Poison Jab, Thunderfang, and Swords Dance. We do not have Protect on this thing, and that is because, honestly, like, I just want to click buttons with it. I just want to attack if it's out there. I have Swords Dance here instead of Protect for the simple fact that if they go for like a Will-O-Wisp on something like Zoroark, or if they're bringing maybe like Prankster Charm on Whimsicott, or even running something like Charm on Mousehold, they have Intimidate on Gyarados. They have a lot of ways to drop physical attack, which I'm not real fond of. So I wanted to be able to at least raise this up if I needed to in a pinch. And then the other reason is that the Ampharos on the other side actually almost ran Special Garchomp this week, specifically for that, because again, Steve beat me in mocks with a Cotton Guard Ampharos, and Special Garchomp works much better into that, but into the rest of the team, I really liked Physical Garchomp. I liked Earthquake Pressure, being able to go something like Aerodactyl Garchomp if I needed. So overall, this is kind of what we opted for. So yeah, 7 points in HP, 14 into defense, 22 speed, and 23 attack when they add them in nature. This bulk basically allows me to live with my Rough Skin ability. This is one of the other major reasons I brought Garchomp. I didn't even mention it yet. Is that Population Bomb, every single time it hits Garchomp, will take 1/8 of its HP in recoil because of Rough Skin, which means that all 10 hits won't go off. And so basically this spread allows me to kill the Mousehold if I'm at full before he would kill me. So that like 8th or 9th hit or whatever, you know, he won't get the 9th hit off. I don't remember how Rough Skin works with like rounding and things like that, but regardless, he would die before I do, and that's all you really have to know about that part. So overall, guys, this is the team that we're opting for this week. If any of you guys really like the outdoor team builders, please let me know in the comments down below. I didn't do it this week. I didn't have time to do it before my match, but I had time to, you know, kind of run this in here this morning and try and get this done. So in the future, you know, if we have another week next week, which I'm really, really hoping to make top 4, I feel good about the prep. If we have another match next week, I can do an outside one, otherwise in future seasons too. So just let me know how you feel about that, guys. But yeah, overall, I feel pretty confident. StandardVR is a really, really good player, like one of the best players in our league for sure. And they've got a good team, but I like my matchup actually decently well. I know I'm going to have to play really well to be able to win this, but I think we have a good chance. So as always, guys, if we don't win, you know, thank you for supporting me all the way through the season. But if we do win, we'll see you next week. So yeah, we'll see how the battle goes. Good luck, have fun to StandardVR, and let's jump into it. All right, let's go. This is to make semifinals, to make top 4. Let's do it. It should be a good battle. Standard is really good. He is very good at this game. So are we. Let's do it. All right. What do we got? Whims. Zoroark. Mousehold. Lucario. Gyarados. Blastoise. Okay. So pretty standard. No Ampharos is really nice, so I don't have to worry about that. I mean, he could still have like Cotton Guard Winds, I guess, but that's not nearly as scary in my opinion. So no Ceruledge means there's no Fairy Resist for Prim, which is cool. But I think for a lead, I like King Gambit, right? Because if you lead Zoroark, it leads really well into that. Like, you could go for Will-O-Wisp, but I'm still going to do a ton of damage. It's nice into Mousehold, decent into Whims. The only threat would be Lucario, which I think Ceruledge answers, right? So Maybe just a Sarah-Ledge King Gambit lead. I kind of like that with Prim in the back. And then the only question is who is my fourth mon, which I think has to be Arrow, right? I mean, even with two water mons, like, the Rock Slide is just so free, and I will probably want my own Tailwind considering they have Tailwind on Whims, so... I think these are the 4 for game 1. We can always change it up for game 2. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Good luck, have fun. Trainer. He's got his stream mode going on. Please go check out StandardVR if you haven't. He posts a lot of VGC content. So Blastoise Whims is the lead. Okay. One of these could be Zoroark. I think I Bitterblade the Whims. I think more likely it would be Blastoise if it was somebody. And then I Kowtow Blastoise. I've got Sash on King Gambit. If this isn't Zoroark, it's probably just Tailwind Water Pulse or Tailwind Aura Sphere. If it's Water Spout, I don't think I live one on Sarah-Ledge. I might have a chance, I don't remember. This is actual Blastoise. That means that it's probably not Zoroark either. Because I don't think you lead Zoroark when you could go Tailwind here. Yep, okay. Alright, so these are both not Zoroark. I'm going to guess Zoroark is not in the back either. So you probably didn't bring it. Aura Sphere, which is fine. So we see Aura Sphere, Tailwind. We have our Sash, though, so we're okay. So we should get good damage onto both of these mons. You're not Akaberry. Could be Focus Sash, but that's a decent amount of bulk to live that, I think. That's got to be, like, at least max HP, I would think. Without looking, that's probably max HP Whims. Do I kill a Sucker? I believe I kill Whimsicott with Sucker Punch from this range. So... I think if I'm them, I'm probably Moonblasting King Gambit and then Water Pulsing the Sarah-Ledge, because he probably doesn't think I live one. Right? So I don't think I need to ally switch anything. I think I just go offensive. I think I Poltergeist the Blastoise and then Sucker the Whims. But I think you're going for Moonblast here to take me out. You do protect. Okay. Hopefully not Aura Sphere. Well, actually Aura Sphere would not be the worst, as long as we land Poltergeist. We'll find out if we kill from here. Water Pulse. We do live, which we knew. Other than a crit, we always live Water Pulse, which is huge. Please land. Huge. Okay. Does this kill? Wow. No. Okay. I suppose. Still, that's 110 base power. I'm actually surprised I didn't do more. Maybe the low roll. Because Kowtow did 48. I have Prim Arrow in the back. They have 2 more turns of Tailwind here. I mean, I have Sucker Punch pressure on Blastoise here. Could protect Blastoise. In that case, I think if he protects Blastoise and attacks with Whims, he's going to go into King Gambit. He withdraws. Okay. So we'll find out here. Mousehold comes in. Oh, Encore into Poltergeist. That's smart, actually. That's actually very smart. Because now I can't hit the Mousehold with the Sarah-Ledge. Okay. So Sucker Punch will fail, Poltergeist. So 1 more turn of Tailwind here. The problem is now he can follow me for the Poltergeist. I'm going to go Arrow here, I think. What do I do here? He can follow me on Sucker. He can follow me on Poltergeist. 1 more turn of Tailwind, yeah. I think I'm just going to Iron Head. He withdraws Whims. Depending on what he clicks, do we get this attack off? This would be really nice. You're not going to pop bomb this slot. Tidy up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so set up mouse hold. I did not predict that at all. Interesting. Okay. So Ironhead, Blastoise, your Tailwind is gone. I mean, good switch by them, right? Because now they can go back into Whimsicott and get Tailwind up again if they want. Although they might not even need it because they're +1. They should outspeed Arrow, but they do go that way. But you don't have anything to Encore here. So I think I can safely do stuff with Arrow, right? I can Mega... And I think I just go for Rock Slide, honestly. Tailwind after, potentially. I don't think we die to +1 Pop Bomb. I'm going to go Ceruledge here. I think you pop on the King Gambit slot and either protect Whims or Tailwind. I don't think you're going to pop bomb Arrow, because I don't think you kill it +1. Goes for Tailwind, okay. So we thought either Tailwind or protect. Goes for pop bomb into Ceruledge. Perfect. That's actually really good for us. So we get this Rock Slide. Does it take out Whims? Yes, it does. Okay. So now... the thing is, does Tailwind even help us at this point? Ceruledge would not outspeed Mousehold. It might outspeed Gyarados, but I don't have a lot of speed investment, so maybe not. And my 2 mods in the back will be outsped by Gyarados, so I actually don't even think Tailwind's worth it here. I think I just attack. Just Rock Slide. And protect on a potential waterfall. I'm gonna Poltergeist. No, he could... I'm gonna Bitter Blade. If I protect any waterfalls into Arrow, then I'm in trouble. Goes for Tidy Up again. So he is +2. Waterfalls, the Ceruledge. Shoot. Man, my Protect play would have been really good here. This is +2 Mousehold. Holy crap. I wonder if we live on Mega Arrow then. 37% on Gyarados is really solid. They might have this. I think I need King Gambit for Sucker Pressure right now. I'm pretty sure we live a Waterfall from Gyarados. We wouldn't live the double up. Would you double up, though? I think I Rock Slide always, no matter what. Do I Sucker? Sucker Gyarados to make sure the Rock Slide kills? I think that's my play. Sorry, I'm taking a long time on these turns, but this is... I want to get this right. That does a ton. They have Citrus, though. Brings it to 40. We did 37 last time. I wonder if this kills. 4. 5 brings us to 104. This shouldn't kill unless they crit. 4. One more. Arrow, you goat. Let's go, dude. Lives the +2 pop bomb. That's huge. Waterfalls into King Gambit. I need this Rock Slide to kill. It did 37% last time. I needed to do 40. Huge. Huge. That is massive. That was a crit. I wonder if we had a roll for that. I wonder if we had a roll to do 40 if we just got super lucky. Either way, we get the kill. I go Prim here. They're the fastest thing. They KO either Mon. One turn of Tailwind left, but that doesn't matter. I think I kill, though, with either attack, right? I just double it. I'm not crazy, right? Oh, I guess I am -1. -1 to full HP mouse hold does at least 40. The low roll is 40%. So I think if we land dual wing beat, we win. So I think I just double it. Moonblast would definitely kill. Dual wing beat, it says 40% minimum to max HP mouse hold. That does so much. That's actually hilarious. Good God. Needed 5 hits to kill. That's crazy. I mean, we knew it kills in 10 hits anyway. Do we land? Please land. We do? No way. No way, dude. What? How does it live? Damn, we're gonna lose this game. Wow, I thought I had that. What? I mean, this thing's got to have Phys Def too, then. A max HP we kill guaranteed, even on the lowest roll possible. Huh. I did not expect that. That's crazy. It was at 37% and it took 36. Well, that really sucks. Did we low roll there? I mean, that's crazy. It has to have some Phys Def, I guess. All right, well, that was unexpected. I got to win the next 2. Damn, I thought I had that game. I really thought I had that game. Okay. Time to bounce back. We got to win the next 2. Damn. We actually landed it, too. Okay. We didn't reveal ally switch. For Gyarados, Toadie could be nice. Could be nice for Blastoise, too. Although they went Blastoise this game, maybe they pivot into Lucario, right? That's possible. They also could pivot Zoroark this game. If that's the case, then I don't like Toxicroak as much, but I like it into Wims a lot. If they lead the same thing as game 1, this lead goes crazy. I feel like I need Cerulege King Gambit. Leaving Arrow behind, though? Is that the play? I don't feel like it is. Dude, I feel like I need 5 Mons. I think this is better. We'll see what they switch. I could see them going Lucario this game instead. If they go Lucario this game, then I don't like Toxicroak quite as much. Even though it's super effective into it. I want the... It's really for the dry skin for Blastoise. Whimsicott Lucario, okay. That doesn't mean Blastoise isn't here, and this could just be regular Lucario, to be fair. This also could be Zoroark. Either one could be. I think I just D-Gleam. Find out what's going on here. I mean, I think this lead that I have pressures them pretty hard, right? And then I just Bitter Blade. I'll Bitter Blade. They pivot. Damn. I thought about going... Is this Gyarados? Yes. Damn. I thought about going Gyarados on the switch, like calling this, but I thought if this was Zoroark and its Focus Sash, then Poltergeist wouldn't do any damage. Sorry, I didn't think that out loud. I was just trying to think about this turn in my head. They get the Tailwind up. Bitter Blade does nothing, probably. 17% actually isn't that bad. -1 Bitter Blade, 17% is not as little as I thought. Dazzling Gleam does really good chip. Down to 48 on Gyarados, 49% for Whims. The only thing is there's Citrus, which means Poltergeist doesn't do damage now, but I think I just spam Dazzling Gleam. They have Tailwind. Wait, hold up. I don't have a Waterfall switch in. I think I just Protect. And if they try to Encore me on the next turn, I could Ally switch on a Waterfall. I'm going to bait them into trying to Encore me, I think. Right? I mean, I think you always Waterfall Sairledge. Because you don't have a way to 1-hit KO Prim. Protects the Whimsicott, that makes sense. So I expect a Waterfall from Gyarados. I want to lure them into going for Encore. Dragon Dance. They have dual setup on this team. That is not something I expected. I didn't think Gyarados looked that good offensively into me, but no, I don't know what their set is, I guess. We did 37 on that D-Gleam. Could we kill on another, potentially? I think, right? Weren't they at 75? I don't remember. D-Gleam again, always, right? And now is where I Ally Switch, because they're going to try and Encore my Sairledge, but Ally Switch goes first. So they're just going to Encore my Prim into Dazzling Gleam, which is perfectly fine, because that's all I want to click. And I'm hoping to see the Waterfall into Prim. Perfect. Power Whip. I mean, Ally Switch paying dividends, though. We tank that. That would have been into Prim. I for sure would have dropped to that, I think. I don't think we live a +1 Power Whip. They barely live on both. That sucks. That really sucks. Because now Prim is Encored, right? Ally Switch is only 33% effective here on the second time. So if I went for it, it's not a guarantee. I guess if you Encore me into it and it works, then cool. I don't know how that interaction works, actually. I'm just going to Protect in case. That's fine. We're Encored to Dazzling. I wasn't worried about Prim Slot because we're Encored into Dazzling Gleam. If we see Waterfall, that's fantastic. Or a Power Whip miss would be... we would just win. They do land it. I don't think we live this. Oof. Okay. So, Gyarados probably doesn't have Protect, right? Because D-Dance 2 attacks. I don't think that covers my whole team, so... probably is something else, like EQ or something. I think King Gambit for Sucker Punch pressure. And now here, I just Protected. I could Ally Switch. I don't want to get Encored into that, but the thing is, if I Ally Switch... they have no Tailwind, okay. So they could just Tailwind right away, right? So I could just Bitter Blade, because you're going to Tailwind, right? If they don't Tailwind and Encore me into Protect, that's a bad spot. I honestly think I Ally Switch here, because if you do go for Encore, it'll go into King Gambit, which won't work. And I think I Kowtow, because I'm pretty sure you pivot for the Intimidate here. Wow, okay. I think this is really good for me. You Encore or Tailwind, you Protect. That might be even better. So we get the Ally Switch off. Is this 2-hit KO? This thing is definitely bulky. Oh yeah, easily. 59. Damn, how did we not kill with Dual Wing Eat? Kowtow again, and then... I think I go Arrow. This gets around Encore. Perfect. That is perfectly fine with me. They go Lucario, okay? Because you're not going to pop bomb this slot anyway, because it was Ceruledge. So if you pop bomb, it's only into Kingambit. Yeah, that's fine. It'll break our Sash, which I guess isn't great, because now we could drop to a close combat. But they don't have Tailwind up, and I could potentially get my own Tailwind up if I want. And Kowtow should just kill Mousehold here. Threat averted. Huge. Gyarados is at, what, like 3%? So is Wims. I think we're in a decent spot here. Go back into Wims. You have nothing to Encore here. I think you probably just Tailwind and attack. The question is, who do you attack? Do you close combat into Kingambit, or do you Meteor Mash Arrow? I think I have to go aggressive here. I don't think I can make a call. If I make a call and get it wrong, I think I lose. I think I just have to get a piece off the board here in this game. Or at least get damage down. Is Dual Wing Beat better than Rock Slide? This would do a ton. I think it is. If it's Flash Cannon, we live. If it's close combat, it'll just kill a Kingambit. We'll find out. This should be a Tailwind into an attack flick. I just don't know what they're clicking. If it's special Lucario, then Arrow would live. But again, they could just go into Kingambit here. Brick Break, okay. That should kill, yeah. So Brick Break, not CC. So you're physical, so you probably have Meteor Mash, which means Arrow would drop to 1 attack. 31%, 36. So we did 74% on 2 hits, which is huge. I'm gonna go into Ceruledge. Oh man, this is crazy close. We got a 2v3 here. Do you read the ally switch? You know, that's just a question, I think. I think if I Bitterblade Whimsicott and then Protect, if they Protect Whims this turn, I think I lose. But I think this is the play, because I think you... I think this is still the play. Protect Lucario, okay? That means Whimsicott did not protect, I think. Moonblast into Ceruledge. Interesting. So maybe expecting the ally switch to try to get damage off? I don't know. I'm not sure. That was a crit. Doesn't really matter. Bitterblade should take out Whimsicott, though. They don't have Encore pressure now. But this last turn is still a read because... they're still faster. They still have Tailwind. Dude, Prankster Encore is such a pain, because I couldn't get my Tailwind up safely with Encore being present. I'm -1 now. I don't think the -1 matters, though. These things are not as tanky as Mousehold. Do you read the ally switch? The ally switch is so obvious. I think I still have to click it. I brought it for a reason. And a Rock Slide. Take out Gyarados, make it a 2v1. We ally switch, neither one of them protect. Meteor Mash. Do we live? Oh, this is so good. Please tell me Waterfall went into Sterile Edge. Let's go, dude. Let's go. I don't think they needed to double. I don't think they realized it, but they didn't need to double. Meteor Mesh would have taken out my arrow. Rockslide kills. There's still a turn of Tailwind left, I think, right? I believe there's still a turn of Tailwind left. 30%. One turn. So, I mean, you can't Encore me. I just protect now. Tailwind will go away, and then we have to land to do a Wing Beat. But this time, the dual Wing Beat will kill this time. We're -1, but this thing is not as bulky as Mousehold, and Mousehold had 37 and lived on 1. There's no way. Yep, there's the Meteor Mesh. All right, Arrow, come on, dude. Send us to a game 3. Come on, dude. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hell yes. Okay. All right, we're going to a game 3. Sorry for screaming in the mic. Fuck, dude. Okay. Oh, man. Dude, if we did 1% more in game 1, we would have won the series already. Okay. All right. Game 3. Let's do it. Dude, I had to message him. I said, good luck, have fun, game 3. This series is absolutely insane. All right. So game 3. I brought the same 4 to both games. I don't think they stick with Lucario. I think they go back to Blastoise. And for that reason, I don't think Garchomp is the answer, because you probably have Ice Beam for it. Even then, Lucario probably has Ice Punch. Do you go Zoroark in game 3? You haven't brought it in the first 2. I don't think you do. So I think I go Croak here. Sterile Edge and King Gambit. But then I don't have Prim. Dude, I want all 5 of these Mons. No offense to Chomp. I don't think it's the week for Chomp. I want Prim, but I don't know who to drop. I want all 4 of these. I feel like Croak looks good here. Threatens a 1-hit KO on Whims. It has Thunder Punch for Gyarados. I feel really weird not bringing Prim, but I think this works. All right, let's go. What do you lead? Blastoise, Gyarados. Dude, this is why effing brought Toxicroak. Dry Skin, we are immune to both water attacks. So this is for sure Gyarados, because we saw the Intimidate. Blastoise could be Zoroark, but Gyarados isn't. Guaranteed. And I don't think you bring Zoroark in the back, so this is genuinely, I think, just your dual waters. I think I just Thunder Punch. I don't think you have Protect on Gyarados, because you have Dragon Dance. And I don't think you can afford just 2 attacks. So now the question is, do I Rock Slide, Tailwind, or Protect? This might be my only opportunity to get Tailwind up is the problem. Like, if they double up on me, then I die. But they might not feel pressure. They may go for Dragon Dance, and Tailwind covers for that. And we live a Water Pulse. I don't think you have Protect on Gyarados. We've seen Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Power Whip. I think your last move's probably like EQ or something, which it could go for here to be fair, but we would be faster. It is Megastoise, so it's not Zoroark. I'm 99% sure you don't have Zoroark in the back, because you probably have Mousehold Winds, right? We get the Tailwind up, no protects, which means we're probably going to take a chunk on Arrow here. Get the Thunder Punch off. Does 66. So even after Citrus, that should be a 2-hit KO. Let's go, dude. Goes for Dragon Dance. Tailwind covers for this, because we are going to be faster than Gyarados. No crits, we live. Okay. So now we are the 2 fastest things. I Thunder Punch again, always. I don't have Prim, though, so I don't have a good water switch in. Do I protect to preserve the Arrow? One more turn to get a double Rock Slide off is the question. Or do I just Rock Slide to try and flinch? Am I okay with losing Arrow on this turn? I don't think so. I think I just want to protect and save it. They protect Stoys. Okay, damn, dude. Oh, if I would have pivoted out into something else here, this would have been really nice. Thunder Punch KOs Gyarados, though. Let's go. Okay. Atta boy, Toady. Gyarados is gone. Intimidate is gone, which is really nice. Whimsicott comes in. But now I'm under Encore pressure, and this is probably why I should have just went for Rock Slide. I'm actually really regretting protecting now. But a Poison Jab for a threat. Can I just Rock Slide again? If you Encore me, then your Whims dies. If you Encore me, Whims just dies. You have to go for Tailwind here, right? Or Protect. You have to either Protect or Tailwind, I think. I can just Rock Slide. You switch Stoys. Mouse Hold? You do Protect Whims. Okay. I mean, that's fine. We get our Rock Slide damage off, and now we can't... Now, if you Encore, it's into Rock Slide. That's not the worst. Okay. 82%. We are -1 on Croak. I wonder if a CC kills at -1. We have one more turn of Tailwind. But I can't really protect here. I don't want to get Encored in. So I think I CC, hope it kills, and dual Wing Beat the Whims. I would love to Poison Jab Whims, but if they follow me, which they don't, they Tailwind, I could have went for Poison Jab. That might have been better. They're Koba Berry. So they're going to live. That did a... Oh, there's a crit. I'm sorry. That might be huge, actually. Yeah, that crit was huge, actually. They would have had another, like, 25% HP. Koba Berry is really nice tech. They do live... Wait, we're faster than this Mouse Hold. I guess that makes sense. It does have a lot of bulk. We did see that. That makes sense as to why it lived the hit. We're going to die to this Pop Bomb now, especially because we're -1, unless they miss a hit. If they miss a hit here, then I think we win the game. They don't, which is fine. Okay. And now, we have no Tailwind. And I can just go King Gambit here for Sucker Punch pressure. Because Sucker Punch KOs, right? Is that obvious? Did they follow me? Do I read that? I think so. I feel like they follow me Moonblast here, right? Follow me on the Sucker Punch. And then Moonblast the arrow. Yep. Show me Moonblast into arrow. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Got that play right? Okay. So we have 2 left. We have Whims and Blastoise left, right? This Blastoise is the threat, though. And now I think I Sucker. Do you Encore here, or do you just Moonblast? You don't have a reason to encore, right? You just Moonblast? So you have 2 more turns of Tailwind. I will attack here. I maybe should have protected King Gambit, actually. That probably would have been a better play. Although... yeah. Shoot. I'm in a really tough spot now. I don't think I thought that through. I should have KO'd the Whimsicott there. I should have Iron-Headed. Because I would have made it a 2v1. One more turn of Tailwind. Oh, gosh. I don't know if Sucker kills Whims. If I Sucker and Poltergeist Blastoise, it dies. If they protect Whims on that, I win. They could double up Ceruledge. They could also split attacks, though. This is like a... You know I live one on Ceruledge. I think you protect Whims here. They didn't protect. I think I lost. I think I lose now. Because next turn, Whims will be alive and outspeed me. If I get like a massive low roll on Water Pulse here, I think I could win, but I need... No, that's too much. I'm gonna die to a Moonblast. Even if I KO here. If I Bitterbladed Whims, because Tailwind is now gone, if I Bitterbladed Whims here instead of Poltergeisting, I think I won. I think I got the read wrong. GG. Damn. Well played, Standard. Damn, dude. Oh, I feel like I was in a really good position. How did I lose that game? Yeah. GG's. GG's the Standard, dude. Man, I'm bummed I lost, but holy crap, this was a good series. This was, like, objectively, it was a really good series. I'm gonna watch this back because I'm sure I made a few misplays. I could feel, because I feel like I should have won this game. I feel like I was in a really good spot, but wow. I gotta tell him. Yeah, I messaged him, good game. Damn, guys. It sucks to lose. I really thought I was gonna win. I really thought I was gonna win. I think I gotta watch those last couple turns back. I'm trying to think back on that final turn if there was a play I could have made that would have guaranteed me the win, but I don't think there was. Because I had Protect on both Mons, he had Protect on both Mons. I doubled up Blastoise. If I'm in that play and he protects Whims, I win. The problem is, so the way around what he just did was if I Sucker Blastoise, or sorry, around what he just did, if I were to protect King Gambit and Bitterblade the Whims, I would have had it in a 2v1 double up in the final turn where I can Sucker Poltergeist like I just did, and I would have been faster without Tailwind. But because of that, I kind of thought they were going to protect Whims to not make it a 2v1 in the final turn. Because they saw... I could be wrong, but I thought they saw in game 1 that I always live a Water Pulse. So I thought they would know they'd have to double up, if anything. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching as always. I'll probably do a little post-game video here because I'll have my thoughts gathered and I'll have to have, you know, reviewed the video and all that kind of stuff and we'll figure it out. But thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. I'm sure I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, guys. So yeah, we lost. It sucks. I'm not going to lie. I went into this week. I really thought I was going to win. For the last few weeks when we've been doing well and winning games and stuff, I I just had this gut feeling that we were going to make it all the way. I don't know how to explain it. I just kind of thought we were. I think my team is really good, and I thought we had an opportunity to. What an insane set, though. I can't say enough to Standard VR. And I want to be real. The RNG was not against us this week. Not at all. It definitely wasn't. I thought game 1 that maybe we got unlucky. I think we actually got fortunate. Based on the spreads, I think I would have needed, an extreme high roll to KO Gyarados with that rock slide or a crit, which we got that crit. So it was very fortunate to kill that Gyarados. And if we don't kill, I don't think that would have even mattered at the end. And the mouse hold pop bomb, or the dual wing beat into mouse hold in game 1 was a roll. But if you can believe it, it was a roll in their favor. If you take into account the fact that dual wing beat misses 10% of the time, and you also take into account that each hit could have crit, to be fair, and based on the damage rolls, what I can tell you is 70% of the time he wins. In that exact situation, like in that final turn where we have to land dual wing beat, he wins 70% of the time. Had I known that mouse hold had that much bulk, I would have went for protect on Prim. I really didn't think there was a world where it survived dual wing beat game 1. I really didn't think there was a world, but props to StandardVR. He had 32 points of HP and I think 22 into defense. So he had a ton of physical bulk. So yeah, like the odds that we KO if we land was like 28% or 29% or somewhere around there. So yeah, actually like 70% of the time, I think it's actually more like 75% of the time he probably wins if you take into consideration crits and misses. So we did not get unlucky. It just was so sad that he lived on literally 1 HP. Like I did the calc, he had 67, I think, HP before that attack, and I'm pretty sure he lived on exactly 1. It could have been 2. I think it was exactly 1. So game 1 came down to literally 1 HP. Game 2, yeah, I mean, we ended up winning game 2. I think it was just a crazy close game. I'm really proud of myself for clawing that back because I actually thought I was behind for a little while, and then I managed to win it, which I was proud of myself for. Game 3, I'm going to take you through the video a little bit just to show you what I think I did wrong. And spoiler alert, it's not really the final turn. Like I think you can argue against what I did on the final turn, but that wasn't the big thing in my opinion. All right, guys. So 2020 hindsight, but I want to go over just like a couple plays that I think I did wrong. I was sitting thinking about the final turn, thinking about like how I could have done that better. But honestly, there's another move I could have made the final turn, but I don't think there is one play that always wins me the game, and there's not one play that always wins him the game. So there's always a read at the end. The turns before that, though, are turns that I could have played better, like absolutely, and I kind of wanted to go over this. So if I go back 10 seconds here, you're going to notice like just over the theme of this series, I took my time on like every turn. I was taking a lot of time, and that's okay. I was trying to figure out basically every possible option of what I could do in these situations. You're going to notice right there how fast I made this decision. I didn't think about this at all. I just immediately went King Gambit. I didn't even really consider going Sarah Ledge here. And I think Sarah Ledge is actually better in this spot. The reason for that is that I think King Gambit in the end game is better against Mega Blastoise. Now, I didn't get punished in a certain sense on this play, but if he pop bombs my King Gambit, my Focus Sash is now gone, which means Aura Sphere KOs me. This pop bomb, like, literally can't touch my Sarah Ledge, and if Whimsicott Moonblasts it, then I heal back with Bitter Blade. So Sarah Ledge is just a better mon to go into here. Now, I got this read right in the sense that, like, I figured out what he was going to do. He went for Follow Me Moonblast. But if that was the case, like, if that's what he was going to go for, I think my better play would have actually been probably just, like, protect my King Gambit and then pivot into Sarah Ledge here, and then just keep the arrow for later, in case I needed it later for, like, Tailwind or stuff like that. Because here, I get this play right, I KO the mouse hold. But now Blastoise comes in, and I don't really have great pressure for it, like the turn after. So I take a KO, but I didn't really think about the following turn on how this was going to change things. Just going Sarah Ledge here for arrow, I think would have been better. I can then potentially like pressure a double up on the following turn. I can potentially go like Bitter Blade and Iron Head. And the only way around that is like protecting Whimsicott, which you can. But that means if you protected Whimsicott, now you can't protect the next turn, right? And I can now Bitterblade the Whimsicott and then Kowtow Cleave the Blastoise as it comes in or something like that. So I think that's something I could have done better. This turn right here, though, I think is my biggest mistake from the whole entire game, if I'm being honest. Now, there were definitely different reads and stuff like that, but I went for Sucker Punch here on Blastoise. And in hindsight, I just really don't think that was ever the play. Arrow going down here is what it is. I mean, it's so low. It's fine. I'll get Ceruledge in after. I think what I did was, yeah, I went for Dual Wing Beat into Whimsicott, I believe, and Sucker Punch into Blastoise. Because my thought was, if they double up the King Gambit, then I'll KO the Whimsicott. But I really don't think they're ever going to do that in this situation. I think I showed Protect last turn with Arrow, so they know I'm not going to Protect, which means they're likely just going to Moonblast and then focus, or Aura Sphere, my King Gambit. So in that spot, I should have either protected King Gambit from the Aura Sphere, or I should have just Iron-Headed this Whimsicott. And I think Iron-Heading the Whimsicott would have been a solid play, because that then puts me in a 2v1 situation where I have Sucker Punch pressure plus Poltergeist. And I think I win that game in the end game as long as I don't miss my attack. So that was another mistake. I don't know if this is clear at all. These are just thoughts that I'm going over in my head. But yeah, again, Sucker does good damage, like it does 39%. But again, like in this spot, he Moonblasts the Arrow. I'm going to tank this Aura Sphere. Like if he double up King Gambit, I would have killed with Dual Wing Beat, you know? And if he goes for the play he does, then I kill Whimsicott with Iron Head. So I don't think the play was ever Sucker Punch here. I think I needed to focus on Whims and getting this down to a singular Mon. That was my biggest issue. Now again, getting into this final turn, I just want to go over the different options, because this, I don't know, maybe you guys were watching and you were like, oh, this one play is so obvious. I'm not really sure. But these are all the different options I have, right? All 4 Pokemon can Protect right now. All of them have Protect. If I Protect on Ceruledge, Whimsicott has Encore Pressure on the next turn, but for the most part, anybody can Protect here, okay? I know Sucker Punch plus Poltergeist kills Blastoise. Sucker Punch does not kill Whimsicott here. So my only way to kill Whimsicott is to single target attack it with either Iron Head or Bitterblade. So that is one of the situations. So because of that, I thought there was a world where he would just protect Whimsicott, because he would know my way to win this game is to get Whimsicott out of the way and make this a 2v1. So that was one of the things that was going through my head, and I think the reason why I went in for a double on Blastoise. The other thing to consider here is there's only this is one turn of Tailwind left. I can't just double Protect and stall the Tailwind, because again, then he has Encore Pressure. And if he has Encore Pressure, then he Encores my Ceruledge into Protect, and I'm cooked. Given what he did, like his play, my best play was to protect the King Gambit to stop the Moonblast. I live Water Pulse from Blastoise, Bitterblade into the Whimsicott. I now have a 1v2 on the final turn. I click Sucker Punch, I click Poltergeist, and as long as my Poltergeist lands, I win. And even if it doesn't, I think I still win because I can literally just double Sucker. But again, that play doesn't work if he protects Whimsicott. There was just a lot of reads here. There was a lot of 50-50s. And yeah, and I feel like I got all the reads right. I feel like I got a ton of reads right throughout game 2 and game 3. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I got this read wrong on the final turn of game 3, and it was the difference. But again, it wasn't just this final play. I think there were a few different plays that I wish I could have had back and played differently. I don't think I played terrible. I actually think I played pretty well. But I didn't play optimal. I didn't play the best I could have. And I think against StandardVR, needed to play the best I could have in this series. And again, game 1 was insane. I did not get unlucky, to be very clear. I did not get unlucky. I even got lucky in this game because Dual Wing Beat crit on Whimsicott. So, not that would have mattered if I went for Bitterblade, because Bitterblade still would have killed, but yeah, crazy set. Shout out to StandardVR. I had a lot of fun with this season. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm sorry I didn't bring it home. One of these times, I know my time's coming sometime. I'm going to bring home a championship for you guys on YouTube. And I think that's the thing that like bums me out the most is like, I've been like bummed today. And the reason for that is because I just care so much. Like I just want to win a championship that I get to put out on YouTube. Not even just for you guys, but for me, so that I can I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, I've won one championship before, but it wasn't something I recorded and put out, and it feels different. I don't know why, but it feels different to me. But yeah, I loved my team. I feel like every mon put in work. Like, after I made those transactions, I feel like I caught my rhythm. I lost the first week after my transactions, but again, I think that was a week where I could have easily won. Like, it was very close. Again, it was like, you know, if I landed Poltergeist in the final turn, I would have won. So that being said, like, this would have been my first, like, I've lost twice since the transactions, and both of them were as close as you can possibly get without winning. So it was a heck of a ride, heck of a season. You guys don't have to wait that long for more content. Once Regulation MC comes out, which I believe is like September 9th, we're going to start the next season. So I'll have a few weeks off, and then I'm going to start another one. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. I really do appreciate it. And sorry we couldn't take it home, but nothing but good stuff to say about StandardVR. Again, the one thing I can take solace in and be happy about is, like, I didn't lose this game to RNG. I didn't get, you know, like, hacked out of a loss. This was a pretty clean set overall. Like, I had a couple crits. He had a crit, but only one of them maybe mattered, I think, in the grand scheme of things. And even then, like, I'm not sure. I think we had a roll technically to kill without the crit. So yeah, I don't know. Overall, really fun set, really good set. Best of luck to StandardVR, you know, the rest of the way. And until next time, guys, we'll catch you in the next season. Thank you so much, as always. Have a wonderful day.